who has stated that this study is, I'm going to quote them, no cause for alarm. And Lynn Dyer is with us. She's their president. And Lynn, thank you for being here. If you don't mind, come up and join us.
Thank you.
So what gives you confidence that the packaging is safe? And you've heard, obviously, what's been said here, but you've also read this manuscript.
I have, absolutely. And I think the thing that we need to think about above all else is that any of the type of food packaging that we're talking about here, or any food packaging, has already faced rigorous scrutiny by the Food and Drug Administration. And so because we've gone through that, the companies themselves who have developed the chemicals, the companies that have actually developed the packaging itself, have gone through testing, then they submit that to the Federal Food and Drug Administration. And at that point, they spend up to 4 months taking a look at that data. And that comes back to tell us that, you know what, these products are safe. The other interesting thing to note, too, is that in this study, and what we've been talking about here today, is that there are actually two different kinds of subsets of these chemicals. Some of these have been banned, and indeed that is the case. But some of them have been approved safe for use by the FDA. And so that is really what you found in the study. In the study, actually, there were 6 out of 407 samples did find that those items with the PFOA, except those were banned in 2016, and the study was actually done in 2014 and 2015.
So, because our understanding of the dangers of fluorinated compounds continues to shift, and we've already banned some, what would you have to see to feel that you need to take out some more of these fluorinated compounds so that you wouldn't allow any of them to be in our food supply?
Well, we've already seen changes in the industry as it is right now. So we've moved from these bad chemicals that have already been banned to these alternative chemicals that are being safe for use today. But indeed, there are other items that are already in production and available to food service operators to be able to use that don't have any fluorinated chemicals. So there's a variety of safe options in the marketplace today.
You have to support an industry.
Mm-hmm.
An industry that most of us visit over the course of a month. Are you worried about some of the PR backlash from this study?
No, I wouldn't say that I'm worried. It's brought attention to a subject that I think people want to pay attention to. Absolutely, there's no question about that. But this also allows for the true information to come out there and to really understand that indeed these products are being tested and are deemed safe and should be used.
So can I do a survey with the audience? We'll look together. I haven't asked them before. So audience, how many of you would change your fast food eating habits based on what you've learned today for your family? Put your hands up. Just put your hands up. So I see a lot of members in the audience, and I asked them to do this because first of all, I applaud you for coming, because a lot of times people just don't want to have the discussions. We're doing that.
Happy to engage.
So you guys are innovators, right? So you're probably looking for alternatives. You already mentioned a couple. What would it take? What would it look like if you changed the packaging so you only offered the items that you're sure don't have any fluorinated elements? Some of the simple things like just paper wrappings.
Sure. Well, the thing is that there's R&D going into this space every single day. I mean, paper food service packaging has been around since, for over 100 years. And we've seen innovations over the years. And again, there's already been innovations in this space, and I think there will continue to be innovations in this space. But as long as the FDA says these are fit for use and these are approved, then they will continue to be used.
So I've got some ideas that might be helpful to solve this problem for everybody, because you all put your hands up, because I know you're all going to eat fast food. That's what that implies. So up next, what can you do right now to keep these chemicals out of your food if you're concerned about it? I'll be back with some answers. Next, let's face it, you're not going to bring your own containers to a fast food chain. You're not going to do that, are you? No. So how can you protect yourself from the chemicals in the packaging? We have the simple tips you need now. This should be the big thing we all do. Tell your friends. Coming up. Really how you can protect yourself from concerns or dangerous chemicals in your fast food wrappers. Now, the easy thing to do would be to bring your own containers to the fast food restaurants, right? You're not going to do that, are you? No, that's sort of dumb. They've been saying it's ridiculous. Not going to do that. However, some of you might think about it. First, here's a good idea that you might be able to use. Get your food out of the wrappers as soon as possible. Studies show that the longer the food's in contact, the more chemicals can leach into it from the wrapper. So either get them out quickly or get a cold item off the menu where the chemicals aren't going to leach as much. Next, you can ask for your food in a paper bag, right? A good old-fashioned paper bag, or foil. And a couple other ideas. If you're going to get something like French fries, you can use paper cups, right? They were the only ones that didn't test positive for those fluorinated compounds, the PFOAs and the PFSs. And again, for the aluminum foil, take a burger, take it out of the other wrapper. They can do it for you out there. Have them wrap it in aluminum, right? This should be the big thing we all do. Tell your friends, take your burgers or whatever you're going to get that's hot, wrap it in aluminum. Chipotle, which I happen to love. From now on, I'm not getting that little plastic or paper with plastic on it. I'm going to get aluminum foil in the base and eat it out of that. Why don't they have aluminum foil there for tacos? They'll have them there for the burritos and everything else as well. And final thought for everybody, I know fast food is a part of our lives, so I asked my med unit to look into some recommendations to offer you advice. First off, if you're a person who eats fast food once a month, they don't think this is going to be much of a problem. There's not enough of those chemicals to cause an issue. But there might be a concern for folks who eat fast food with these wrappers 2-3 times a week. So think about some of these little hacks. Might come in handy. It looks sort of cool to walk around with a paper cup with French fries. Think about it. We'll be right back. It's the upcoming trial that will shed light on the